Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this morning. So today we are kicking things off with Breastie Boxes. That's right. This organization provides care packages for women diagnosed with breast cancer. So I'm chatting with their founder and a breast cancer survivor. Then it's Wealth Wednesday and Foster Financial is here to give us advice on tax strategizing. And later we visit the Country Shoppes of Grabill to see the antiques and trinkets that they have to offer. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Breastie Box is an organization designed to support women who were diagnosed with breast cancer. Through these boxes, they hope to bring comfort, hope, confidence, and joy through the gift of a Breastie Box. And joining me today is their founder and executive director, Erica Hyatt, and fellow Breastie Jen Dickerhuff. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Very good.
Yes. So I see all this pink, I see all this fun, and I see all this support.
Absolutely.
So Erica, give me an overview of Breastie Box and why you decided to create it.
Yep. Well, in 2021, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My mom is a 2-time survivor. And so I think once it really impacts you personally, your perspective changes. So after treatments and surgeries, I just knew right away that I wanted to be able to give back and support that community of women. People often say it's the best worst club to be in, and there's nothing closer to the truth. I mean, it's true. So in October of 2022, a friend and I got together and were thinking of ways to be able to give back, and the idea of Breastie Boxes was born. So it's really just a care package, but we wanted to be very intentional about the items that we put in it. So we also wanted to support small businesses here locally in Fort Wayne. That was always a goal of ours. So we put personal care products in there that are safer, that are cleaner. We incorporate, personalized jewelry from a local business, comforting blankets, silk pillowcases, and things like that. Things that people can use that are functional, but also things that just make them feel special and provide hope and boost confidence during a diagnosis as such.
Right. And when did you start your business?
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing. And I know that, Jen, you were one of the first recipients of a Breastie Box, and you are a breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Can you kind of give us your story and your journey?
Yes. So I had family history of breast cancer, but you don't think it's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So it was very shocking. And even having family history, you don't realize how detailed breast cancer is and all the different types. I just assumed breast cancer was breast cancer. And one of the amazing things about Breastie Box is you're just thrown with so much right away. It's like Erica said, it's so intentional. There's so many things in there that you don't think about. Even as far as it's called a port pillow. When you have the port for all of your chemo infusions, wearing a seatbelt in the vehicle is uncomfortable, but you don't think about that.
Right.
So I remember I had my chemo teach class, and I was given this pink box, and I was like, okay, this is really sweet. Like I said, everything's just so emotional. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to open this yet. And I got home, and I opened it up, and I just started crying. It's like a hug in a box.
Yeah.
Like as odd as that sounds, but because you have the support of your friends and your family, but then you also have this new community of women that have been through it.
Now we're breast friends.
Yes. So I got home that day, and there was a little QR code, and I pulled up all the more information. I started following Erica on social media, and I honestly started promoting their stuff just because of the way it made me feel and how amazing it is. And then we've just kind of become friends through that. And
Yeah, how has that been for you, Erica, being able to build such a community of support and really creating those relationships that not only are vital at this stage, but also that will last forever?
Well, we kind of had discussed as an organization starting this off that we truly believe like our army of support are our fellow breasties. It's the women that get these boxes. 1 out of 8 women is going to be faced with a breast cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. So exponentially, think of that growth in that number.
Yeah.
And in Fort Wayne as a community right now, we're seeing a staggering rate of patients being diagnosed with breast cancer, especially in their mid to young 30s.
Wow.
If you think about that, that is a young mom who's trying to balance that along with a career and now a breast cancer diagnosis. So I think really, like Jen said, a hug in a box, like it's the feelings patients get when they open these that matters to us because it is a vessel for that connection and that community. So, we really truly hope to be able to have more in-person events to be able to just commiserate together, to laugh, to cry, because that is the reality of this disease. You do try to have to find some light in a darkness, so. Yeah.
Yes, and people can receive these boxes by doing what? Reaching out? Do they submit themselves as a candidate? Does someone submit them?
So that's a great question. So we're actually at Parkview Packnett Family Cancer Institute at DuPont, and we're going to be in Lutheran shortly, and then also at a couple infusion centers here in town. And so patients that go for a chemo ed or a surgical pre-op, once they get diagnosed, they'll receive a box there. And then friends and family, if they want to be able to support a loved one recently diagnosed, they can head to our website and we'll sponsor a Breastie Box. I mean, we've shipped them to Alaska, to Florida, to Maine, but the majority of our outreach really here is in the greater Fort Wayne community.
Yeah,
because it's special here.
Yeah, and probably just when you're referred by someone that you know or just showing up with this box, it just really means something. I love what Jen said. It's a hug in a box, which is great. So you have your Breastie Boxes right now, but I know that you plan on evolving your business. And, one of the steps of getting cured or trying to heal is having treatment done. So talk to me about chemo treatment and what you plan on doing with that.
So when patients are given boxes at like a chemo ed, some of the items that are in there are you're able to take right with you for treatments. We're actually looking to expand in doing first day of treatment gifts. So we call those touch points. Being able to really be with a patient throughout their entire journey is really important to us. It's not just what happens when you get a diagnosis, but throughout the entire thing. And so we're looking to do smaller gifts once patients show up for their first day of like an infusion or an oral medication. We're also looking to expand to be doing community events. Actually, on Friday, March 15th, we're doing a community-wide Pack the Box event at Mocha Lounge on DuPont location. So people can come and pack boxes and be able to continue the support.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And so lastly, what are some words of encouragement from each of you? I'll give you a moment, but just for a woman who is watching who may be struggling, going through the journey of the diagnosis, may have recently found out, or know someone close to them, what words of encouragement would you give to a woman watching?
I always say it is a marathon, not a sprint. My original breastie, Molly, who was 6 months ahead of me, and it still resonates, and I tell people all the time, is to feel all of your feels. Anger, frustration, sadness, mourning the person that you were before this diagnosis. Feel all of them. Just don't linger in the sadness and the anger too long. You gotta, sharpen up your tools and go to, war for this disease to come out the other side. So feel the feels, just keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward, yeah.
During my journey, I adapted the motto, it is what it is. So kind of like what Erica was saying, yes, have those feelings, but it is what it is. So let's just take it by the horns and be proactive and do what we need to do.
I love that, yeah. Do what you need to do, feel the feels, but keep going and stay strong.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you'd like more information about Breastie Box, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, where we provide you with holistic financial advice from Foster Financial. And joining me today is their Vice President, Caleb Doan. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. How are you handling this up and down weather?
Oh yeah, it's been wild, but we'll see. I think spring is right in front of us.
Yes, it's coming. I'm excited. But a little bit more snow, I will be happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
So today, Caleb, we're going to speak about tax strategizing. So what do you have in store for us?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's something that's kind of on top of mind for a lot of people right now. Of course, the deadline is coming up in a month and a half. Is today's the first day of or really early into March. So so tax strategizing is really top of mind with people. It's one thing that we really like to emphasize at Foster Financial, and I think what we've noticed in the industry is that a lot of times people will work with different financial professionals in their life. Maybe they have their financial advisor, they have their CPA, who they're probably working with pretty closely right now. And a lot of times those people aren't really communicating with one another. The CPA and the financial advisor, maybe they know of each other, but it's possible that there's some strategies that the financial advisor is doing that maybe the CPA isn't aware of. And so one of the things that we really like to do is kind of bridge that gap. And one of the ways that we do that is anytime that we do tax strategizing throughout the year, and this can take a lot of forms. It can be qualified charitable distributions to help save on taxes. It can be Roth conversions, which actually require you to pay more taxes now, but then save you in the long run.
Right.
Whatever we do, we actually kind of write a letter to the CPA at the end of the year, and we send that either to the CPA directly or just to the client and say, hey, make sure to give this to your CPA when you do the taxes, and it'll lay out, hey, Foster Financial did $10,000 of qualified charitable distributions, so make sure to code that correctly. Or, we did this much Roth conversion, so make sure to code it this certain way. And I think having that open communication really benefits the client, and it kind of reduces some of the stress when it comes to doing taxes.
Right. And so let's talk about the timeline of this process. So when they come in to tax strategize with you, that happens now at the top of the year, correct? Or does it happen frequently throughout the year at different time frames?
Oh yeah. We'll it's all throughout the year. Every single review that we have with a client, we're kind of identifying, hey, have you done your required minimum distribution for this year? Do we need to make a plan for that? What does donation strategies look like? And so, I mean, people's situations change, from month to month or quarter to quarter. So, we do it all throughout the year, just whenever it's going to benefit the client the most.
Okay, gotcha. And then so that strategizing happens all throughout the year, and then you're saying this letter that is sent happens at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, we sent those out, maybe a month ago for a lot of our clients to basically say, hey, you're gonna, start getting all these 1099s in the mail. Make sure to include this letter with your CPA there too. So, and then a lot of times we'll get CPAs that call us and they're like, hey, I saw this little thing on the note sheet. I just want to confirm a couple things. And then we're just able to have that direct communication and maybe reduce some of the back and forth or kind of the client playing the middleman. And instead we can just communicate directly.
Okay. So in this process, is there anything that someone can prepare to for the strategizing meeting? How can they prepare themselves, their finances, their accounts, their records when they come in to see you?
Yeah, when people come in, especially for the first time, we have them bring in taxes for at least the last year, maybe even the last 2 years, depending on how their financial situation has changed. And so when we onboard a new client, we put together a full financial plan for them and make a strategy for the tax side of things going forward. And so a big piece of that is making sure they bring in their taxes and their supporting documents too. So if they have the 1099s or the W-2s, all of that stuff can kind of start to paint a picture where we can immediately identify, hey, these are some really great areas to save you money that we can take advantage of going forward.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
And as you guys know, Foster Financial is here to help you with your tax strategizing. We'll have their phone number listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Wake up with us on WANE 15's First News every weekday morning.
We'll bring you the local news you need to start your day.
Stay with CBS Mornings at 7 on WANE 15.
We've got the overnight breaking news and in-depth reporting.
And uplifting stories to start your day off right.
Then at 9, watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams. Hey, Jessica.
We're talking food, fun, and everything going on in Northeast Indiana.
First News, CBS Mornings.
And then Living Local 15.
A great way to start your day.
Every day.
I am outside of the Country Shoppes of Grabill, located in the heart of Amish country. They have so much to offer in their vintage antique mall. Something new, something old, and something for everyone. And I'm taking you on the inside. Let's do it. Joining me now is Brandy Hall, the manager here. Hi, Brandy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good.
Good. Well, it's so nice to be here. These shops are so cute and quaint. I mean, when you first walk in, you definitely feel the hominess and just the variety of what people can really experience here in this city. So can you share with me about Country Shoppes?
Yes, we are a working mall. We have over 180 plus working vendors here. We are basically a consignment. We do not own any inventory here, but all the vendors own their own inventory. They bring their items in, price their items, and we sell the items for them.
Wow, 180 vendors?
Yes, every little canvas is somebody new.
Right, and speaking of, I mean, walking around this facility is quite amazing because every room, it's almost like a fun maze, right? You get into this room, you're like, oh, look at what they have. Oh, look over here. And then you're like, oh, where am I?
Yes, yes, always
and
something
it's
new.
Stories.
Yes, we're 2-level, 30,000 square feet, and 2-level story, yeah.
Yes, and so I know that this is a historic building and establishment. So give me a little deeper background and history about it.
So it started in 1907. It was a mixture of different things. There used to be like an old jailhouse. There used to be a blacksmith room. There used to just be old furniture, antique furniture store, a mixture of things. And then over the years, it's just been pieced together by different walls and different things. There's a lot of uniqueness still here of things that were like, oh my gosh, that's the old doors of this or an old window of that type situation.
Right. So, and now each of the little nuggets can kind of have a new flair with the vendor that is occupying that space as they bring in items that maybe they've made, they've collected, or maybe things that are new. So share with me about what people can really expect throughout their shopping experience.
So we have a mixture. We're not just antiques. We have new, we have used, we have refurbished, we have handmade items like soaps and cards and metal work. We also have just a home decor, a mixture of things. If you think you need it, you come here and you possibly can find it.
Right, yes. And like you said, it's not only antiques, but there are a lot of antiques here. And one fun thing as I've been walking around is just like, oh, well, look at that. And you know, you try to like create in your head all these new and fun ways to use items that maybe were used 100 years ago, you know. So I love just how they've kept the items in mint condition and really just allow for people to get a new vibe or add a new generation to their house, quite frankly. And so I have to know, what is one of the most popular items around the store that people purchase?
I guess it kind of depends on the day. Each day is different, but we do sell a lot of glassware, a lot of home decor. We do just a mixture of things, but each day is different. You never know what's going to come through the register.
Yes, right. Well, I am
what's going to be purchased.
Quest for a new decanter. I was having you help me. I was like, oh, there's so many shelves, so we're going to find one before I leave. And while people are out, they can actually get a little taste of what you have to offer for your refreshments, because you actually make popcorn here.
Yes, we make homemade popcorn here. Every week we make we have different flavors, probably 10 to 15 different flavors of homemade popcorn we make. So we'll have some samples of some popcorn and some drinks, refreshments also.
Okay, that's so wonderful. And as people just really come in and experience this city and come and shop around, what do you want for people to leave with? What type of experience?
Just the fun atmosphere that's around here, the very nice community we have around here, just the experience of seeing the differentness of that we have. There's not just, we are a small little town, but there's a lot to offer here. A lot of different places and stuff.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brandy.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
As Brandy said, there is so much to offer here. A historic value, shopping opportunity, and so much more. And you can't forget about that 3-day sale. If you would like more information, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always rewatch segments or full episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. It's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.